Where does Friday the 13th, 2009, fit in the series? If you are curious about where Friday the 13th from 2009 fits in the long-running series, you are in for an interesting journey. This film is a reboot of the original Friday the 13th series, not a direct sequel or prequel. It aims to reintroduce Jason Voorhees and the iconic Crystal Lake setting to a new audience while honoring the classic slasher elements that fans loved. The movie kicks off by quickly recapping the events of the first Friday the 13th film. It shows the tragic death of Jason's mother, Pamela Voorhees, at the hands of a camp counselor back in 1980. After this brief flashback, the story jumps forward almost 30 years. It cleverly blends elements from the early films, especially the first three, into a fresh narrative. This means the 2009 version is both a remake and a reimagining, rather than simply continuing the previous story. In this film, a group of young adults arrives at Crystal Lake, where they soon encounter Jason Voorhees, now a fully grown killer. The plot also introduces Clay Miller, who is searching for his missing sister, Whitney. She and her friends have fallen victim to Jason. As Clay teams up with another group of vacationers at a lakeside cabin, Jason begins hunting them down one by one. From a 2000 nostalgia perspective, Friday the 13th from 2009 fits perfectly into the wave of horror remakes that define the decade. It updates the look, pacing, and special effects while keeping the core elements that fans adored: Jason's hockey mask, the isolated woods, and the high body count. The film reflects the era's trend of revisiting and modernizing classic horror icons, making it a memorable piece for fans who grew up with both the original series and the remakes from the 2000s. Practically speaking, this means the 2009 film serves as a great starting point for new viewers and a fun throwback for longtime fans. You do not need to have seen the earlier films to enjoy it, but knowing the original story adds an extra layer of appreciation. For those who remember the thrill of watching horror remakes in theaters during the 2000s, Friday the 13th from 2009 is a perfect example of how the decade refreshed classic scares for a new audience. In essence, Friday the 13th from 2009 is a reboot that stands on its own while honoring the legacy of the series. It serves as a nostalgic reminder of how 2000 horror remakes brought new energy to familiar stories, making it a favorite for fans who love both the old and the new.